right, everybody. Oh, happy day. In this video, I'm going to share with you about 5 tips that will help you as a brand new insurance agent gain some perspective and help you get more profitability as you pursue your new passion to be an insurance agent helping some amazing people. So before I get started, I run a national insurance agency, jasonfinalexpense.com. If this video helps you, feel free to like it, subscribe, and if you need help, reach out. I'll serve you in any way I can. But so often I get questioned about what kind of perspective can you give a brand new agent? Well, this video will help answer that, all right? So I hope this serves you. When you first start off in insurance, first off, the first tip I want to share with you is don't get shined on, okay? Don't get shined on by thinking you're going to put your feet up on your desk or work in a cubicle and all of a sudden money's just going to pour in your lap, because it's not true. It just isn't. It's a lie, all right? So understand, when you first start off in insurance, you've got to be prepared to do one thing, and that's work, okay? This business is as much of an effort business as it is a specialized skill set business, all right? So when you first start off getting into the insurance career of your dreams, all right, make sure that you're focused on nothing more than work and understanding that you're going to put forth 100+% of effort. It's not humanly possible to do 110% of effort, but if it was possible, I would say, please, okay, do that. So when you first start off in insurance, you've got to have strong hustle, strong grind, okay? You've got to have strong work ethic. You've got to be prepared to push and push hard to serve your clientele. You've got to really push forward in your effort to make sure that you're getting lots of connections, okay? Insurance doesn't happen because everybody just calls you. All right, it just doesn't work that way. Just because you're an insurance agent doesn't mean all your friends and everybody's going to be like this vacuum effect and just start buying from you. It takes a lot of effort. This business is an effort business, always has and always will be. So when you first start off as an insurance agent, please be prepared to absolutely work. Don't get shined on by any career briefing telling you it's, okay, super easy, because if anyone tells you this business is easy, they're lying to your face. Especially when you're brand new, you're susceptible to getting shined on sometimes. So be prepared for hard effort, hard work. Understand this business is not an easy business, but it's very simple, okay? It's very simple if you're prepared to execute and have high effort. It'll help you in a big way. So the first tip I want to share with you to give you some perspective is understand lots of effort, lots of work, very simple business, all right? But it's not going to be an easy business, especially at first, okay? The second tip I want to share with you is to partner right. It's very important that you partner in the right agency, all right? You want to have a good agency that is highly specialized in typically one product offering. It's very important that you become at first kind of a one-trick, okay, person where you just focus on one thing and master it. Focus on one, okay, trick, and then work on the next trick. If you were a magician, okay, don't be trying to master 10,000 tricks. You'll be good at none of them. Master one thing. Really focus on it and drill down. You'll become more wealthy as a result. I know a lot of times you think, oh, I've got to swallow the elephant. I've got to know how to sell cancer insurance and Medicare insurance and final expense insurance and term insurance and GULs and IULs and annuities and oh my, right? What happens is you get spread out way too thin. Don't do this. I made this mistake early on in my career. Please learn from me. I have done insurance and I have done telesales, a combined over 2 decades, over 20 years. Please learn from my mistakes. If you're a brand new agent or even a veteran, don't do what I did, okay? I was not real bright, okay? It's not that I wasn't, okay, smart, but I was a dum-dum, didn't know what I didn't know. I started off in the insurance industry, y'all, and what happened is I got with, okay, an agency when I first started. I was brand new, and they were trying to train me everything all at once, and it's like drinking from a fire hose, and I barely knew enough about a couple of the 10 million products, and I wasn't good at any of them, okay? So the moment that I really, focused on one product, I then started mastering something, and when you master something, you increase your certainty. Once you master one product, when you master one, as you've focused on one, and didn't make my mistake, please learn from my mistakes, all right? Once you master one, then focus on the next arrow in your quiver. Don't be trying to shoot a bunch of different sized arrows. You're never going to be as good hitting your target for the consumer, and you won't feel as good. You won't be at mastery level of anything. So please learn from me. So the first tip that I shared with you, be prepared to work, be prepared for a lot of effort, right? Understand this business is very simple, but don't think of it as easy. Think about it as like the hardest work you've ever, enlisted in. Understand it's like it's war, okay? Be prepared to go at it with that mindset. Laser focus, burn your bridges. I'm going, I'm going to succeed at this. I'm going to put massive level of effort into this. Burn the ships, let's go, okay? Massive level of effort, okay? You got to have that. The second tip that I shared with you, focus on one singular product offering. Please don't become a jack of all trades and a master of none, okay? Don't make my mistake, all right? The third tip I want to share with you is please vet your trainer, okay? This one tip, my third tip here about vetting your trainer is the difference of having a good partnership and really propelling yourself forward, or being in a position where you're being defined by an unskilled way. When you first start off, you're very new, right? You don't know what you don't know. You don't want to have to unlearn, okay? You don't want to have to rewire your training process because maybe you learned bad habits. So make sure you vet your trainer. Your trainer has the ability to really define you and help you in huge ways and propel you to greatness in this industry. If you fail to vet your trainer, here, what's going to happen is it's like the blind leading the blind, okay? The sick do not treat the sick. No, okay? You have a doctor who's healthy that treats the sick. And us as insurance agents, we are so new. When I was first new, I could barely spell life insurance, and that's okay, right? I had a good mentor, I had a good trainer, all right, that helped me because they've done it a long time. So please vet your agency that you're looking at partnering with, and then make sure you vet your trainer. This one person, not only the agency, but also the trainer, the manager, the upline, who's going to really be like investing themselves in you. You want to make sure that it's not somebody that was like a failed out agent that just got lazy and didn't want to sell insurance anymore, so wanted to have a team. This happens in the industry, okay? Those that can't sell manage, right? This happens so much in this industry. Make sure you vet your trainer. Ask that trainer who's maybe in a career briefing with you, ask them what their best 6 month of production was. Ask them what their best year of production was. Ask them how long they've been in the insurance industry. Ask them how many agents have they trained successfully. Maybe ask them questions like, how many times have you qualified for $1 Million Roundtable? How many times have you personally qualified? How many career trips, have you made it to, right? Ask some questions. You really want to make sure that you're being trained from a place of success. Let me tell you, when you've got a trainer that is successful, success breeds success. And you don't want to be trained or kind of molded by someone that doesn't know what success looks like. Maybe they've never even tasted it personally. So make sure you vetted your trainer, make sure you vetted your agency, make sure it's a good one. There's a lot of good ones out there. It's not just my national agency out there. I'm not the only game in town. There's some really good places out there too. Please vet them though. Make sure that you've got a good trainer. Even with a really big company, it's just like dogs. You can have 100 dogs and then one dog's like crossed with an alligator mix and wants to bite your face off. But dogs are good, right? Insurance agencies, there's good ones, there's ones that are so-so, and there's ones that are kind of not great, okay? Same with trainers. There's trainers that are going to really invest in you, and then there's trainers that are just like, yeah, go watch some YouTube videos and I hope you make it, and go buy leads, and you know what, if you can't figure it out, please go watch that video again and see you later. Hope you make it. Go dial in that cubicle and, hope you don't fail out. Sometimes agents get shined on in a career briefing and then they get stuck in a cubicle with a bunch of old leads, no training, no skill set, no mentoring, and it's almost like they're left alone, worse than a latchkey kiddo, okay? So don't get treated like that. Make sure that you really invest some time into vetting the agency, vetting who is going to mentor and train you. Let me tell you, I was very blessed by having a very good, trainer that helped me as a brand new little pollywog, when I first didn't know what I didn't know. So really understand how much your trainer will impact your long-term success and even short-term success rate. You want to have a good trainer. You've got to vet them, vet the agency, vet your trainer. It's very important, all right? So be prepared to work, right? Like we talked about, be prepared to focus on a singular product offering to be great. Don't make my mistakes. Please partner right with the right agency, and more importantly, the right trainer, the right mentor. someone that can really invest in you, speak truth into you, and help you grow, all right? Not maybe some manager that just wants you to book appointments so that they can make money and they leave you back at the office. I've witnessed this in my career. Not great. That's why it's so vital to please vet your trainer. Vet your trainer. Please vet your trainer. Okay, I cannot say this more enough. I've seen this where you want to go into telesales and you strap yourself to a face-to-face agency that kind of does a little telesales on the side, but not really maybe successfully, or maybe they're doing telesales post-COVID. If you're hopping into a telesales agency, ask them, how many years have you done telesales personally? How many sales have you personally sold over the telephone? How many sales have you personally sold in your best 3 months and 6 months by phone? Have you done telesales prior to COVID? And if so, how many sales have you made? How many years were you in the industry prior to? Ask those questions when you're going into something as specialized as telesales. If you're doing face-to-face, do the same thing. It is vital, okay? You don't want to be hopping into an agency that maybe is just trying to figure out telesales and you're the guinea pig, you're the canary. Don't do that. It's very, very important that you vet your trainer and that you vet your agency so that you've got the best chance of long-term success. A lot of agents, okay, will not make it because they didn't vet their trainer, all right? They don't make it in this industry because they didn't vet their agency. They weren't prepared for hard work. They got shined on. You just can't do that. So be prepared to work harder than when you worked a W-2. When you worked a W-2 and you just came in and got your smoke break, your lunch break, got told when to come in and when to go, throw that out the window. Throw that notion out. You're going to work harder, especially at first. And then down the road, you're going to give yourself the privilege of not having to work that hard later. But at first, it's a effort-based business when you're brand new. Your training will define you, or your training can destroy you. Make sure you're using good training, good proven power scripts, good vetted training material from vetted professionals in the industry. Do not be taking advice from people that are on the same level of screwed up that you are, okay? Don't do this. So if you got somebody maybe in your office that's trying to train you and they haven't done it real long, not super successful, or maybe they're brand new at something, be very cautious, okay? Take advice from people that are operating on the high end of their license, not the low end. There's a lot of people at the bottom of the mountain, okay? Very few people on top. Take your advice from the top of the food chain, the top of the mountain. Take it from industry professionals. Don't be like digesting things in your mind from unvetted sources or brand new maybe agents giving you advice, because let me tell you, a lot of brand new agents love giving other brand new agents a lot of advice that may not get you on the right path. So just be very careful of who trains you, who mentors you, and who is dumping data in your mind. Your mind is powerful. Your mind is going to help you as you propel yourself into this brand new fun space, but it's going to be effort-based no matter how you look at it. So just be prepared for that. Sorry if this bores you a little bit, but the next tip I want to share with you, tip number 4, is you really want to look over your contract. Understand, are you in a position where you own and control your block of business and your clients from day one? This is extremely important. There's a lot of companies out there, not mine, but there's a lot of insurance, IMOs, FMOs, agencies out there that, let me tell you, you don't control your block of business. The corporation does. Not good. So you're working really hard, and then if you ever quit or leave the business, guess what? They just kept your business. They own the clients. They own everything. This is scary. You're not getting into the business to give it away, are you? No way. You want to make sure that you own and control your block of business from day one. You want to make sure that you're vested from day one. Be prepared to ask those questions. Make sure, especially if you're getting with a captive agency or maybe some agency out there with a big name, make sure you read your contract. Okay? If you're signing something 20 pages long, I'm not talking about the contract that you sign to get licensed with the insurance carrier like a Mutual of Omaha or an AIG or Prosperity Life or heaven knows who company, okay? I'm not talking about that kind of contracting. That's normal. I'm talking about the contracting that you sign. Is there language in there that says there's a non-solicitation agreement? Is there language in there that says maybe the company owns your leads if you ever move to a different position, all right? You got to make sure you read that stuff. Please read your contracts, okay? Understand how you as an insurance agent get compensated. Now, you need to be in a position where compensation is important. It is. But the ability to capitalize on your compensation is even of more importance when you first start out. Or even if you're an intermediate agent, just because you've got a blankety blank contract does not mean you're going to make more money. I've got so many great folks that partner in my agency. Goodness, we do amazing things together and they're taken care of very well. But I know there's agencies out there paying people 40%, 30% commission. I'm like, wow, right? Crazy low comps. And then they have these weird languages in the contracts that these sweet people sign, agents, without knowing. And they go to these career briefings, they sign this stuff, and they sign like 20 pages deep, arbitration agreements, all kinds of weird stuff. And then they realize that, wow, I'm only hit 40% comp. This is no good. You're not even giving me good training. I'm going to go over here. And then you find out all the clients that you've worked so hard for stay the companies and you don't even own them. Like, what? You could sign up your mom for insurance and there's a 24-month non-solicitation agreement. You find out you can't even move your mom to a better policy that you just found out about because the company owns the business. That's why I say read your contract. It will matter, especially when you start out. Make sure you've got good people that you can trust that can be there to be very blunt with you about what you're going to be doing, who's going to be training you, how the contracts work, who owns the block of business. Transparency is important, right? You want to know these things as a brand new agent when you're starting off. So compensation is important, but really it's not just about chasing the bouncy ball of compensation. You've got to be in a position that you can capitalize on your comp, okay? It's about capitalization of your comp, not compensation itself. You can have, 80% contract, 100% contract, but guess what? If you don't know how to handle the client, how to close business, it is really inconsequential. You could have a 105% contract. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make you a lick more money. I was, as a brand new insurance agent starting out, I worked for really low comp, and I would never do this to any human being, but let me tell you, it was down at like 45%, 37.5% final expense kind of comp, and you guys watching this are going, whoa, no way, you're kidding me? Yeah, truth, absolute truth. But I never let that be something that held me back, I was able to qualify for $1 million round table at those comp grids. So don't make excuses, make a way if that's where you're at. But you can definitely get yourself into a better position with maybe some better training to get yourself propelled forward in a more powerful way. So at 45% comp and 37.5% compensation selling final expense insurance, y'all know I still made over $201,000 of 1099 because I had the ability to capitalize on my compensation. I was able to work and I was highly skilled, I was highly trained, I knew a lot of industry tips before I even headed into insurance. I just needed to know how to handle insurance in general. The rest is history, Now, I don't work for that kind of comp. I'm not a captive guy. Don't play that way, but that's where I started. So there's no shame in starting somewhere. You got to get into a position, though, that you have someone really invest in you. Because when you start off as an independent insurance agent, let me tell you, the reason that you're called independent is because you're really on your own 9 times out of 10. You don't want to be on your own, learning the hard way because you don't have good training, nobody's helping you, and what happens is gravity happens. You're kind of in a dark alley going, can somebody turn on a flashlight here? So make sure you got a good trainer, be an independent agent, if that's your focus. It's a great way to be, a powerful way to be when you partner right. Now, if you're one that's like, you know what, I really need to get treated like a W-2. I need somebody telling me what to do. I need somebody to go, why didn't you show up today at 7 o'clock in the morning? Why aren't you here in my office for dial days? Why aren't you in your cubicle? Come into my manager's office and let's talk about this, because why weren't you here and why weren't you at my book talks and why weren't you here and sitting in for my blankety blank time meeting? And if you need to be really micromanaged and you just know, I need to be micromanaged, I need to be treated like a W-2. If that's you, you really should look at a captive insurance agency at really diminished compensation, because trust me, captive agencies will treat you like a W-2, even though you're not, So some people are better off, especially at first until they learn good habits. They're better off in a captive agency where they are micromanaged, treated like a W-2, treated like an employee, even when legally that's not allowed. But let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, tons and tons and tons of captive insurance agencies treat their brand new agents like a W-2, even though you're 1099. So nothing against that. But if you're one that says, listen, I want to own and control my block of business, I want to control my destiny, I want to be successful, I want to work hard, I know what hard work looks like, I'm going to vet my trainer, I'm going to capitalize on my contracts, and let's go. You will align yourself with better success. So I hope this video gives you just a little bit of perspective as to what you will be deploying into as an insurance agent, what you're going to be just dropping into. Don't expect it to be something where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to sit back and, man, this phone's amazing. I've got a desk, I've got a shiny new computer, and I've got a nice briefcase and a day planner, and okay, guys, I'm here. Where's my money? No. Be prepared for the effort that it takes. Be prepared to be highly trained and molded. Make sure that you're a good soldier, that when you've got a good manager that you've vetted, you've got a good trainer that actually has proven results, that you put yourself into a place, okay, of humble learning. So it's really a situation where if they're investing everything into you, you've got to be a good agent, a good trainee, and just absorb. Your job's to be a sponge. Don't overthink stuff if, and only if, you vetted your trainer and they know what they're doing. If they know what they're doing, quit trying to tell the doctor how to do surgery. He's done it a lot more times than you have, okay? Now, down the road, when you've done this for a decade or two and you're like, hey, I know how to do surgery now, then fine, you're specialized. Tell him what to do or her what to do. But when you're first brand new, you've got to be moldable. Be confident, yes, but be moldable, and you will make more money in the long run as a result. I hope this video helps you. I hope these tips give you some perspective. And if you need help, reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I appreciate you watching. No matter where you go in this industry, be good, be great, and never lose heart. You can do this, you can make it, and you will love it in the long game. Best paying hard work anywhere. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.